Shalom. Before I begin this video, first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Rahawah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. They continue to grow very well. And shalom to the hopefully elect that's continually laboring in this truth. That's giving all diligence to make your calling and election sure in all faith, true sincerity. Now, the topic of this video is going to be a news update in which pertains unto the tensions between America and these other nations, in particular America, Russia, and Iran. All right, because you had this recent attack that's just now happened in Syria, in which now President Donald Trump has made statements concerning this recent attack, and has pushed the blame on Vladimir Putin, that resides over Russia, concerning Bashar al-Assad, which is residing over Iran. Okay, to which everything that you're seeing with these tensions between America and these different nations, all right, which you just had China, as now is completely off the list of America. You know, that not even dealing with America anymore. All right, they're no longer allies or in league with each other. Now you got the attention drawn on Russia, okay, concerning Iran, in which what these people don't understand is that this is pertaining to prophecy, because Russia was meant to be allied with Iran. All right, and I'm gonna show you in just a second, because Russia is just only another superpower standing beside America. All right, besides America, you have the other superpowers such as Russia and China. All right, and then the list goes on from there, and which is all going to lead towards the next coming war, which is World War III, which the current president, Donald Trump, is going to lead you people down that road. All right, and Donald Trump is going to lead these people, you know, that's here in America, that's living comfortable. It's going to lead you right into the next coming war, man. And guess what? This war is going to be up close and personal. All right, as the scriptures say, but you know, that'll be another topic for another video. But I just want to go ahead and jump into the article. It's from CNN. Okay, it says Trump and others condemn chemical attack in Syria that Russia calls a hoax. All right, because oh, and excuse me, or should I say Salakia, if I have to put the phone down from time to time. I'm here at my job, so if I had to handle business, you know, Salakia, bear with me for like a minute or two, and jump right back into it. But to continue on, Trump, like it says in the title, Trump and others condemn chemical attack in Syria that Russia calls a hoax. Okay, now I picked out a few paragraphs. If I could skim down a little bit. So this is the part which I specifically picked out in this news article. It says U.S. President Donald Trump described the attack as sick and criticized Russian President Vladimir Putin and Iran for supporting Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. All right. Trump threatened that there would be a big price to pay for the attacks. So now that you see, Trump is criticizing the Russian President Vladimir Putin, all right, and condemning the support of the Syrian president, you know, which Slaki, I said Bashar al-Assad is residing over Iran, but really he's residing over Syria. Okay, in which, all in all, you know, Putin is in full support of Iran and Bashar al-Assad. Okay. And it says Trump threatened that there will be a big price to pay for the attacks. Okay. It said, but the Syrian government and its key ally, Russia, vehemently denied involvement in Saturday's attack. Instead, they accused rebels in Douma of fabricating the chemical assault claims in order to hinder the army's advances and provoke international military intervention. All right. And with America, it's been past events that happened that were planned out and found out to be hoaxes, and which was fabricated just to give America an excuse to invade a certain land. And America has a long history in doing that. All right, so it wouldn't be out of the realm of reality if this was in fact a hoax that was orchestrated in the interest of America, so America can have an excuse to have boots on the ground. Okay. Now it says let's see, reading on. The next paragraph says Russia's foreign minister called the reported attack a hoax that interfered with the deal to end fighting in Douma and evacuate civilians, as well as Jaish Islam rebels and their families. All right. And I want to make another quick statement that the rebels, right, like I mentioned earlier about America finding any excuse, to do what they do concerning these other nations. Well, really, like I mentioned before about this hoax, which, it wouldn't be out of realm of reality if this was a hoax. But as far as having rebels there, it's a surefire. You can bet that America is indeed involved in that too, man. About having rebels on the ground, which they probably supported, or should I say, it's highly probable that the support that the rebels are receiving are from America. All right, because like I said before, man, the track record bears witness. Okay, so let's see. Iran, another ally, also defended the Syrian regime. The Islamic Republic of Iran strongly condemns the use of such chemical weapons by any party and anywhere in the world. Right, Foreign Ministry spokesman Bahram, can't pronounce that, I think it's Qasemi, if I'm not mistaken, told the state-run Islamic Republic news agency. He said the allegation that the Syrian regime is behind the attack is not compatible with reality. All right, like I mentioned before, man, it wouldn't be no surprise if this was actually a hoax in America. It's shifting the blame towards Trump and shifting the blame towards Putin and Assad. All right. Well, that's all I wanted to bring out in this article. And like I said before, the tensions are growing between America and the other nations, especially Russia, China. All right. Now you got this piece of information coming out concerning this recent attack. So I want to go ahead and jump into the scriptures because, like I mentioned before at the beginning of the video, Russia is a guard to Iran. All right. Now, this is Ezekiel, the 38th chapter, in the 2nd verse. It says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. When it speaks about Gog in the land of Magog, that is going into the modern day Russians. All right. Which, if you look at the map of where Gog in the land of Magog is and was, okay, then you will see that in the region it will be at is exactly where Russia is today, in which back in the ancient world it was known as the land of the Medes. Okay. Now verse 3, and say, thus saith the Lord power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I'll turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and out of thine army. All right. Now, this is the Lord's doing, man. This is the will of the Most High Yahweh and His son's son Yahweh Shai, man. This is their doing, man, because it's in the agenda of Yahweh Ba'Shem Shai to have this place destroyed, which this place is known as Babylon the Great in the Bible. Okay. So the Lord is turning Russia back into that military force that it once was. Now, that's why you had back in the 90s, if I'm not mistaken, the USSR. All right, so Russia is getting turned back into that military force that it once was, man. All right. It says, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shields, all of them handling swords. Okay. Verse 5, Persia, Ethiopia, and Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Now, when this goes into Persia, right? Persia is modern day Iran. Okay. Because if you go into the history, it's like you got to handle business. It's like, bear me for a minute. It's like you. Persia, Ethiopia, Libya with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Okay, because Persia, you go into the history of Persia, right? That's modern day Iran. Okay, which Persia is going to the East Indians, or so-called East Indians, should I say? Because if you go into the history of the so-called East Indians, that you can trace it back to the Persians. All right. Even if you go and ask a so-called East Indian their lineage, in the kingdoms that were set up, and they'll tell you that they once ruled the known world, which was the eastern part of the world. All right, and they were known as the Persians. Okay. So Persia is in the mix concerning Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. Then you have Ethiopia, Libya. All right. Now, verse 6, it says, Gomar and all his bands, the house of Togomar of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Verse 7 said, Be thou prepared, and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia, all right, is a guard unto these other nations. Okay. That's why it says, Be thou prepared, which is talking about Russia, and prepare for thyself, you, which is, thou. It says, all and all thy company that are assembled unto thee. All right, so these other nations are assembling unto Russia. All right, Russia is allied with different nations, and there's going to be more nations that's going to be allied with Russia as well. Okay, it says, and be thou a guard unto them. So Russia is a guard unto them, man. When you have a major war that's looming, you have allies, man. So Russia is allied with Iran and China, all right, and other nations. That's why you have BRICS. If you look up BRICS, which is BRICS, You know, it was basically an acronym. All right. And Russia is a part of BRICS. Okay. So that's it on that. I want to go ahead and jump into the next precept. It's Revelation, the 11th chapter and the 14th verse. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. And, you know, that's simple and straight to the point, because the second woe is talking about the Second World War. And this next coming world war is the third woe, which is a World War III. Okay? And it's coming quickly. All right? But still, once again, you know, even though you have this in the works, you still have prophecies in the scriptures that must needs be fulfilled. All right. So with these things happening and tensions are rising, that's just moving it closer and closer to different prophecies like the mark of the beast, which is the microchip, and then you have Jacob's trouble, which is martial law. All right. All right. So this is Isaiah, the 55th chapter and the 11th verse. It says, so shall my word be that goeth forth out of my mouth. It shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish that which I please, and it shall prosper in the thing whereto I send it. All right. And that goes for all the prophecies that are in the scriptures, man. So you still have some that must needs be fulfilled before World War III is commenced. Okay. But that's pretty much it on this video. Slacky if I'm all over the place, you know. Like I said, I'm here at work, you know. Slavery, of course. So with that, you know, Lord's will, you members of the Hope Elect were edified by this video. Till next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bashim.